as I was part of Smash Main series and Smash Session series by Sajal Sir.
And regarding the experience with Sajal Sir, every question was controversial question. So after the Sir's discussion only, I have known how to answer those questions.
Second बार तो जब मैंने मेंस दिया तो आपके थ्रू डायरेक्ट मैंने आंसर राइटिंग में काफी हेल्प मिला. आपने कॉपी चेक करी.
The Smash Mains, it was targeted mainly for people who have problem with mains, who went to interview but who are not able to, improve their main score.
स्मैश एक टेस्ट सीरीज होता है सिविल्सडेली का, वो ज्वाइन किया था और उसके बाद सजल सर का एक पर्सनल गाइडेंस रहता था. तो दिस वाज समथिंग व्हिच आई फाउंड कि इसने काफी मुझे हेल्प किया.
तो सजल सर से मैं काफी फ्रैंकली डिस्कस कर लिया करता था. अपने जीएस 1 2 3 कोई इशू हुआ करता था तो वो उनसे पूछ लिया करता था. थोड़ा बहुत वो भी सजेस्ट कर दिया करते थे मेरे को.
एंड आई रियली वांट टू थैंक सजल सर. उनकी गाइडेंस ने मुझे काफी हेल्प किया है. जो स्मैश प्रोग्राम था उसमें जीएस 1 2 3 में सजल सर के जो इनपुट्स थे वो काफी बहुत स्पेसिफिक थे.
Hello my dear UPSC future toppers. In today's lecture, I will be talking about 5 strategies. 5 not the generic strategies but 5 specific actionable strategies that will get you or that will help you in getting top 50 rank next year. Right? I'm not here to share generic gyan, but certain specific strategies which have been implemented by my 400 rankers in last 6-7 years. So let me start with the first point or the first strategy, which is with respect to, and I'm talking to aspirants who have just started preparation. Now the number one is that situational awareness with respect to UPSC preparation. Understand this thing, that if I tell you a story of an athlete who is preparing for high jump and he has been practicing a lot, he has been doing a lot of what we call practice sessions and he has trained himself कि इतना qualifying होता है और मैं इससे ऊपर जाऊंगा. Now suppose when he goes to the actual event and that day the organizers increase the height of the pole, then the person will be he will be scared. All his plans जो उसने practice करी थी, जो अपने आप को shape किया था, everything will be shattered and probably he will fail. He'll not be able to jump from that height. UPSC preparation is just like that. If you see this year's UPSC prelims paper, the format had changed and because of that, many seasoned players prelims crack nahi kar paye. So my point here is that when you start preparing for UPSC, you need to be adaptable. आप rat race नहीं कर रहे हो कि बस ये format बना हुआ है, हमें ऐसा पढ़ना है और हमारा हो जाएगा clear. Because you never know UPSC. It has a habit of changing the pattern every few years. So it can bring you a surprise element during the actual exam. And therefore, your preparation should be like that. Whatever change UPSC does in its format, you should be able to adapt and you should be able to conquer that change. ठीक है ना? तो that is how your UPSC preparation should be shaped. Second and most important thing is the UPSC study material. Imagine, I'll tell you a story again from Battle of Panipat. 1. Ibrahim Lodi, his army was much bigger compared to the Babur's army. He was familiar with the topography of India, much better. But despite that, he got defeated by Babur. Why? Because Babur के arsenal में एक बड़ी important चीज थी, gunpowder. And Ibrahim Lodi was not used to gunpowder. He was not used to the use of gunpowder. With the help of gunpowder, he defeated Ibrahim Lodi. So, in UPSC also, lectures and study material, they are your biggest arsenal right? If you follow right lectures, if you follow right study material, you will be able, or at least your base will be strong, and you can use this weapon in the actual exam. अगर आप सही lectures follow नहीं कर रहे हो, अगर आप सही study material नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, तो your chances of cracking this exam will definitely diminish. There are so many teachers in this industry, so many of them, they are very good in telling you all these stories. They are trying to make you Vishwagyani. They are trying to make you a good storyteller. They are trying to make you a good storyteller. They are trying to make you a PhD of a subject, right? They are telling you all these folklores. Ultimately, I can tell you with my experience, these stories, these folklores, these Vishwaguru, Vishwagyani kind of concept, they don't work in the actual exam. In actual exam, you need teachers who can actually help you in cracking the exam. You're not here to gain PhD. You're not here to, to impress other people that you have so much knowledge. I can tell you an example of my cousin, my elder cousin. When I was in school, he was preparing for UPSC. I used to go to his room and I used to saw that कि भाई 30-35 books रखी हुई हिस्ट्री की, and he used to tell all kinds of this folklore. अशोका के पापा जो थे वो बिंदुसार, ऐसे बिंदुसार नाम पर. He was very. I always used to think कि यार इतना ज्ञानी आदमी, इसका प्री भी क्यों नहीं क्लियर हो रहा है? And then I realized that UPSC is not about dumping or kind of mugging these extraordinary knowledge. It's more about focusing on right area. It's mostly about accumulating only that enough knowledge which helps you in cracking the exam. I can tell you with a lot of confidence that many people, many rankers, top rankers, if you talk to them, their knowledge is very limited. But whatever they have studied for this exam, or whatever they have studied is relevant for this exam. And that's how they are able to conquer UPSC. ठीक है ना? तो कहीं ना कहीं जो हमारा फाउंडेशन प्रोग्राम भी है, वो भी उसी बेसिस पे है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो हमारी फैकल्टी है वो सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट भी है, टेक्नोक्रेट भी है और यूपीएससी एक्सपीरियंस भी है. बिकॉज होता क्या है, इन मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द प्लेसेस यू हैव दीज यूपीएससी फेल्ड यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स टीचिंग द सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, और यू हैव प्रॉपर academics guys from JNU and DU teaching a subject. Both kind of teachers, both kind of faculties will not help you in cracking the exam. Why? Because जो subject expert होते हैं वो उनको UPSC का रेलिवेंस और लिंकेज उतना नहीं पता होता है. जो यूपीएससी फेल होते हैं उनको उस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में नॉलेज उतनी नहीं होती, उन्होंने वही लक्ष्मीकांत भरी होती है. With us, we have people who are actually technocrats and who also have a good experience of UPSC, which means they have at least given interviews. For example, Himanshu Sir, who teaches economics, he is a professional economist. He has worked with Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council. He has worked with NITI Aayog. He has been in the field of policy making for last many years, working with the top economic research firm. And at the same time, he has given interview in UPSC. So he will link both theory and the application part. For example, history, Vaibhav Sir. Vaibhav Sir is a historian. He has been writing books. And also, he has given multiple interviews. Right? Similarly, for geography, Poornima ma'am. She has done her PhD in geography from JNU. At the same time, has given UPSC. Right? For example, in internal security, Sudhanshu Sir, he has actually worked in the Ministry of Defense for 7-8 years. Right? So we have these subject experts who are teaching you things and who also have a UPSC knowledge. So their methodology will be very UPSC relevant, which means that in their lectures, they will teach according to the PYQ analysis, which means only those topics, and within those topics, those elements will be highlighted that has at least some chance of a question being asked in the actual exam. Unnecessary information आपको नहीं देंगे, वही देंगे जो यूपीएससी आपसे पूछ सकता है, उतनी नॉलेज देंगे जिससे आपका एग्जाम क्रैक हो जाए, ठीक है ना. Secondly, they will not focus on unnecessary facts, rather they will be focusing on building your concept. Facts आप मक कर सकते हो नोट्स से, ठीक है ना. तीसरी चीज, basically in their lectures they will be telling you a lot of examples, case studies and data which can help you in enhancing your mains answers, ठीक है. And fourthly, they will also help in linking static with the current affairs. The second element of your arsenal, the most important arsenal, is notes. So if you talk about notes, again, if the notes are substandard, then your journey of cracking UPSC becomes tougher. Now our notes, they are based on this philosophy, or the characteristics of our notes are that they are integrated, PYQ based. There are a lot of what we call as infographics, mind maps, tables, best practices, case studies. Tables are there for prelims topics. That is there in our notes. Secondly, along with the bulky version, we give the micro notes to students. Now micro notes help in making notes, ठीक है ना. और मैंने ये चीज पहले भी कही है कि अगर आपकी नोट मेकिंग अच्छी हो गई, so your chances of cracking the exam is very bright, ठीक है ना. So study material is based on that. The third element, one more very important thing, which is our notes and our lectures, they are reviewed by our esteemed team of ex-civil servants and top intellectuals of various universities. Right? They review it. Once they approve it, then those notes and those lectures are delivered by our youthful faculty. So we have a blend of that. Third and very important thing, mock test series and evaluation. I can give you an example. There was one person I met last year. He was saying, sir, मैं जो है चंडीगढ़ में जब आंसर लिखता हूँ तो मेरी टीचर कहते हैं, अरे यार आपने तो 4 दिया, आप तो टॉप 50 रैंक में आ रहे हो इस बार, पर यूपीएससी में मेरे को मार्क्स ही नहीं आते हैं मेंस में. मैंने saw his answers, मैंने कहा ये तुमने what crap you have written, you don't deserve even 60 marks and they have given you 120. So that's also the main thing कि ultimately वहाँ पे mock test तो important है ही, right? Because without mock test you'll not be able to analyze at what level you are. But more than the mock test, it's the post-test analysis, post-test evaluation that will help you in improve further. If you don't get right post-test analysis, then ultimately आपका direction अलग हो रहा है, ठीक है ना. तो वो that is the special focus of our foundation program, that every person is provided with a personalized mentor. Then mentor focuses on the gaps. There are certain things, certain gaps we have identified: testing gap, knowledge gap, awareness gap. And also in the mains also, there are certain gaps like X factor gap, the flow is not right, there is lack of conceptual clarity. And based on that, the mentor provides one-to-one feedback over Zoom call or over offline sessions. So student knows कि इस टेस्ट में मैंने ये गलतियां करी है, अब अगले टेस्ट में मेरा ये इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है, ठीक है ना. So that helps you in probably in assessing yourself in a correct manner, right? Similarly, our mock test has the highest success rate. When we talk about in terms of selections and in terms of questions, which are similar to UPSC questions. The reason being that our questions are based on PYQ analysis. Our questions are made on the basis of evidence-based question making. ऐसा नहीं होता कि मन आया मेंटर का और उसने वो क्वेश्चन बना दिया. रीजन लेना पड़ता है कि ये क्वेश्चन बनाया है, इसके पीछे की फिलॉसफी क्या है एंड क्या चांसेस है कि यूपीएससी पूछे. So based on that, questions are selected and that's why we have such a good hit rate, ठीक है ना. Similarly, point number 4, a solid strategy study plan and timetable. You know, you will see behind me a timetable our mentor has made for these two students who have got top 50 rank this year. See, that's a difference between our foundation program and the rest, because we say that every student is a batch, which means that every student जो है ना, every student जो है वो अपने आप में special है, ठीक है ना, उसके कुछ strengths हैं, कुछ weaknesses हैं, and therefore we cannot give same prescription to everyone like a batch की 600 बच्चों का batch और अब दे रहे हो same चीज. So therefore the mentor specifically sits with the person and the mentor, you know, based on the strength कि भाई आपकी economics अच्छी है, आप 5 दिन में कर लोगे, आपकी XYZ weak है, इसमें आप ज़्यादा टाइम दो, and then उसको ट्रैक करता है कि exactly आप उसको फॉलो कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना. So ultimately that is a very very important aspect of our foundation program. And fifth and very important, mentorship, right mentorship. And in our foundation program, we have mentorship at 3 levels. One is your personal mentor. Second is me. I will help you with answer writing. You know, I'll take sessions every week and every month. And third is our ranker mentor. And therefore, we have recently also launched mentorship under AIR 48, AIR 22 and AIR 218. And these mentors, rankers, they will provide you Zoom session before the start of the subject, how to approach. Then after the end of the subject, you know, now what to do next. Also, those students who follow the timetable prescribed by the personalized mentor, if you follow that, then you will also have one-to-one calls with our ranker mentors. तो इसके बाद कुछ बच नहीं जाता है. Mentorship at 3 levels helps you in remain consistent. Also, it helps you to analyze your test performance, analyze your progress, stick to a scientific timetable, what to read, where to read, and how to read. Everything is told, everything is actually made by your mentor. Now, if you follow these 5 strategies, absolutely there is no chance that you will not be able to crack UPSC. Because we know, see, ये चीज हम 400 plus rankers पे apply कर चुके हैं and success पा चुके. That's why we are claiming that, you know, it has a very high success rate. ठीक है ना? So our batch, I want to make 2 announcements. One, our foundation batch is starting from 22nd June, and we only take 50 students because we want to focus on each of them. And secondly, Poornima ma'am is starting with geography in our foundation lectures, and the first 3 lectures are open for all, so you can attend the lectures offline and online. You just need to register for it. ठीक है ना? And definitely you will like her lectures because she you know, teaches in a lot of, she, you know, adds a lot of humor, and she adds a lot of other X value or X factor things in her lectures. So see you guys on 22nd, and definitely we together will go to UPSC. We will go to Labasna, Mussoorie next year. So all the best, guys. Thank you.